Hey folks, Radiant Secret, and welcome back to also supporting Endwalker. We are still working on our world quest, and we're on to Mage, so I finally got Mage to 90. Woo! Our aching souls. Ah, my lady Arya, I have awaited your coming. For not long, wherein men turn into monsters, it pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. It's imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet, while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit for the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. It would be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? Oh, very well. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the 8th Right Plaza. Lord Artorel will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way. Arya, I have been expecting you. Words cannot well express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artora and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. It was a handful of days after the first beast appeared in Razadhan. An Elza man was observed at the Hoplon and the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible, draconic beast. The mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably the Temple Knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the Dragon Man of Ishgardian myth. Since that day, the beast has often been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time ere disappearing again. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, and thus far, we have learned naught. We have, however, identified a common threat between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, all people such as priests and inquisitors. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy, the sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let's seek him out there at once. Hi, Alpha! Hi, buddy! Hi, Alpha! It's so dark in here, though. Hi! How are you? Doing good today? Oh, yes, you are. You're so cute. You're so cute. So much for no distractions in these videos, right? Let's give him some space. So he's just looking up at Halone, just chilling here. So yeah, this is one of Alpha's spots is in this cathedral. Just chilling, looking at Halone. Hi, Alpha. Yeah, happy to see you too. Oh, we're right over here. But Alpha's right there, guys. Can we move it over to the right a little bit, please? No? Fine. Lord Averic, Lord Arthorel, and the Savior of Ishgard besides, you do me great honor. I'm Clem, and I serve as a deacon here at St. Raymond's Cathedral. I understand you were among those at the Hoplum when the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount to us what you've witnessed that day? Very well. We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral, in case you were unaware. We have finished delivering a batch of tomes, and we're on our way to bringing up over another. As we approach the Hoplum, we notice a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he transformed into a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began to turn into monstrosities as well, one after another. Praise the Fury that you at least were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Bishop Vartanoa? Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present. I wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of the scourge. Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it. You are most kind, Your Grace. That was Bishop Vartanoa, the head of St. Raymond's and a member of the Synod. With the see of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. This is so, yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I've ever known. Like His Grace, I would do all I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it. Of course, if it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. Is the request to go pet Alpha? Hi, Alpha. Yeah! Talk to Omega. And look back at hello. In the wake of the transformation, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet, though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think there's a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I'm not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search. So that is the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whither your fellows may have headed? The Western Highlands, I believe. Between Gorgain Mills and Hemlock, there is no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. No, my camera is not purposely turned so that we can see Alpha while we're doing this, okay? I don't know what y'all are talking about. Arya, if you would escort the good deacon to Gorgain Mills, Lord Artois and I will tend to Hemlock. Come on, Alpha. Let's go. Oh, fine. Bye, Alpha. Up there. Okay, we're taking what is known as one of the many Heavensward shortcuts because it sounds sucks. You learn these doing once. Really. There'd be some irony right now. Yeah, it's not. Aw, he didn't show up here. This is another Alpha spot right here. So anyway, the shortcut is, yes, sea clouds flying up in the north west. Yeah. Yeah! And the best part about this is you only have to fly down to the island. The zone line's all the way up here too. Only would do that for the hinterlands. I took a long route to try and spot any hunts. I didn't spot any. You! Hi. Oh, I see you found one. Yes, and none the worse for the wear, think the Fury. My friends, forgive us if we have given cause for alarm. We come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourself at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Fortunato too worries for your health and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you will be much safer there than in this wretched place. Sons of the Fury will never be safe in the city, don't you see? This is your fault! You and your accursed revolution! The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs, and spit in our faces! And now someone's conspiring to transform us into monstrosities! Ow, I just bonked my headset. Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgardian, and afraid to death and suffer your pity. What? All I have ever done was in service to her. I am a good man. I did not. She cannot forsake me. Hello, preserve. Arya, we cannot allow him to harm any others. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. You're so small! Look how small he is! They're like Aura size, what the heck? He's so small! We learned Jolt 3 at 90. It's actually new for a Dawn Trail! Ha ha ha! Did I learn anything else in 90? Oh yeah, Resolution, which is another finisher. Is it done, Arya? My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. They were gone, the Deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let's escort them back at once and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and we'll show you in. Table. Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergyman to St. Raminol's to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair in turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to allow them keep them at arm's length and deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, that Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. As the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the Church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the Church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. It is not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Thus, torn between our hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than the members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are like to turn. So it seems, with further investigation is needed, there we draw a definite conclusion. At the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on recent developments. Pray take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you are ready to continue our work, you may seek us out here. No forgiveness, no deliverance. Arya, your timing could not be better. Deacon Clement's finished speaking with the rescued clergyman and will be here shortly to share his findings. Lord Amaric, too, is on his way. Let's wait for him. Still on the table, though. Ah. Table. Deacon Clem, we thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf. 'Twas no imposition in the least. As I said, I'm glad to do all I can. So 'tis our understanding that those we escorted back were all close acquaintances to the Inquisitor who returned. Like him, they too had been the subject of harassment by certain quarters of the populace. Is this correct? It is, I'm afraid. And they are far from alone. Men of the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Helon, but now they are openly reviled by many. We were complicit in perpetuating terrible lies. This is true, but we too were misled. We too are victims. Yet we are regarded by some as criminals. Well, I do understand the people's anger, but it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out at their fellow man, especially when we need solidarity most of all. Though I can imagine your plight, I would not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us of the challenges you and yours have had to face since the war's end? Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime, but now that it has come, we find we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has long been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, and that we had unwittingly deceived others in turn was devastating. We, who had once been shepherds to men, found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of surety and wanting for guidance. We have languished in darkness, all of us. Yet I have faith that the Church will redeem itself. It will find a new path, and again become a beacon of hope for the people. I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimony has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which causes people to turn is none other than their despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, it is now abundantly clear why members of the clergy are among the transformed. That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the Church. In light of this, we would ask for your continued cooperation. Ooh. Of course, anything to help my brethren. Oh, goodness me. Now we've established the cause that leaves us with the mystery of profane Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles, could he too have been a man of the cloth? From what I recall of his garb, I doubt it. He was dressed in the common fashion and inadequately against the cold besides. It's said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy and influencing his behavior. In turn, with instincts drive profane Fafnir, we may learn who it once was. And this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. I'm trying to adjust my headset. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxieties. Understood. As I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, we would seek out more eyewitnesses. The Hopeland is a busy place at any given time. Some ordinary citizens are bound to have been present as that tragic event unfolded. I propose we make inquiries at the pillars. Head to the Hopeland, Lord Artsquire and I will look in the surrounding areas. Hello, sociable citizen. No, I didn't see the dragon, nor would I wish to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? You are not helpful. Goodbye, sociable citizen. I wasn't present into the Hopeland, but a young man poorly dressed for the cold, that I did see. Argolan, because an aide from Saint Vendros was searching for him. Patient of the infirmary, by coincidence, had the same name. The dragon appeared at the Hopeland. I saw it with my own eyes. One moment in Elizin, the next a terrible beast. He was a heretic, I take it. All the way back there. There you are, Arya. Did your search yield any fruit? Patient of the firm's infirmary, you say. Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description, a man walking in a stupor who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire. Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy, but to think that his name should be Vendro. It's the same as that of former Heavensward commander Sir Vendro de Rochemont, for whom the infirmary is named. Sir Vendro, however, retired from the station at a ripe old age some years ago. It is not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray, wait for me in the room. Not turn that way. Which place is this? I thought it's housing one, maybe. However. This is Loverick, the aide who was in charge of Andro. Have you found them? Oh, please say you have. We have not, I'm afraid, but we seek to, and we hope that you could tell us more about him. May we ask how he came to be at the infirmary? He was found by a patrol in the Central Highlands. Being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then... Prime of his years, by all accounts, he is no old man. It seems safe to assume it isn't Sir Vandro. Oh no, he's definitely a different person, as I told Lord Artsborough. And though he gave his name as Vendro, he seemed rather confused, and he had no means to confirm his identity. In this day, he shouldn't be wandering about on his own. Please, you must find him. The man who recently turned into a beast at the Hope One. We regret to say it may have been Vendra. What? No. How can this be? Is there aught else you can tell us? Things he might have said or done while in your care? Well, he was still unconscious. He would often ramble, though most of it was incoherent. He mentioned the Archbishop many times. Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too, Bishop Bartino. I assumed he was a pious man, given this. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We'll continue our investigation and, should we confirm what became of Andro, inform you forthwith. Let's return to the congregation for now. The mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became profane Fafnir. Indeed, though he did not at first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betray a fervent faith. And how curious that he should speak not only of the Archbishop, but Bishop Bartino specifically. Perhaps he was personally acquainted with his grace. In light of the possibility, I believe we should speak with him directly. Agreed. I'll request an audience, but his grace has many demands upon his time. May be a while before we are seen. Should you have other business, pray feel free to attend to them in the meantime. Only justice, only a vengeance. Arya, excellent timing as ever. Deacon Clem has just sent word that Bishop Bartino will see us now, by which I mean right this instant. It's extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss the opportunity to learn how he and Vendro may be connected. Not wishing to keep his grace waiting, Lord Amaric is already on his way to St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let's hurry there ourselves. My lords, I am so sorry. I informed his grace that you were making your way hither, but shortly before you arrived, he recalled he had urgent business and had to leave the cathedral. He did not have gone far yet, though, so if you wish to search for him in hopes that you can still steal a moment of his time. Perhaps an audience only depart with such haste. What business could be so pressing? Well, now that even the savior of Ishgard should be here. Your Grace, perhaps 'tis simply our misunderstanding, but we were under the impression you had granted us an audience. Lord Speaker, I was just about to return to the cathedral. There is no need, Your Grace. This will not take long. As you may have heard, we are investigating a man named Vendro. Is he known to you? No, I cannot say he is, with the exception of the former Archimandre. I am not sure. I'm sure I know no one by that name. But mine and the Archbishop's are known to many, yes, perhaps this youth took inspiration from public services over which we presided. Goodly soul that he is, a full glad that his faith was comfort to him in his sickness, and I pray that alone that he will soon be found in good health. Now then, if there's nothing else, I shall return to my duties. at flashback time. Fear not, your eminence, I shall carry on your legacy. We have completed the preparations as per your instructions, but are you certain this will work? It will. It must. Lord Amric spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith. I could not bring myself to believe it, not at first, but in the course of cataloging His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal. Therein, he had written that through abundant ether and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods of men. All the power we require lies in this place, this Azus law. By channeling the essential elements into the soulless flesh and sword we found. Shall summon forth King Thorin and his knights 12, and by blessing Ishgard shall be restored to its former glory. Ignore all my inabilities to speak right now. Boding well for Dawntrail, honestly. What is this? It's just an ordinary man, scarcely changed from before. His Eminence, I must protect. No, this isn't right. Found it! Perhaps I overlooked something. I must return to the Holy See and review the journal. Your Grace, what shall we do with this thing? Leave it. 'Tis a failure without use or value. This place will deal with it soon enough. Are you well? Were you perchance granted a vision of the past? An attempted summoning of King Thorin and his knights 12? Your Grace, you should know full well that summoning is strictly forbidden. You will accompany us to the congregation and explain yourself. Bird noises. I have dedicated my life to the church, conducted my affairs in accordance with the scriptures, and taught others to do likewise. But you took it all from us, tore down everything that defined us. You cannot know how it feels to have your very existence rejected, to be forsaken by your community, to be denied by your society. Well, I deny you in this justice and deny the Ishgard where the church has no place. Refuse to accept it, you hear me? I refuse to accept it! Your Grace, no! Should come to violence yet again. Would that you had not been forced, my lord. Deacon Clem should not be alone at this time. I shall remain with him while attending to the aftermath. When things are settled, I will return to the congregation. Pray go on ahead and get some rest. How fares the deacon? Well enough, given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows. Truly, he is possessed of a stout heart. To think that even a member of the synod could succumb to despair in turn. The crisis gripping the church is far graver than I had imagined. Especially for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exacerbated the growing divide between the clergy and the general populace. Arya, were you accounted full of that which you witnessed in your vision? He should seek to use one of Alec's unholy abominations to create a primal. Yet that which manifested was not like the being you fought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the Archbishop. We may safely assume the Archbishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidhogg's eye, the sword of Ascalon, it no longer has such power. Nor does that of the warring triad remain to be harnessed thanks to your valorous intervention. Yeah, reference to having done it! Woo! But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for a summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, arose as a champion of the Archbishop, yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands? You believe that the clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? Nay, I merely speculate. And considering what we know of the clone and Vandro, it would seem a likely possibility. Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. But first, I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I'll have news to share ere long, so pray look in on this. You can. Will's unending, faith unbending. Arya, you are ever a sight for sore eyes. Ill tidings, my friend. I dispatched the Temple Knights to find the clergyman who aided in Bishop Bartino's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down. Without their account, how then to ascertain that the clone and Vandro are the same individual? Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Vandro may have found his way to Courthouse. For in Arya's vision, he was abandoned as a slaw, but what did he do afterwards? Then there is but one way to ascertain the truth. We follow his trail. I shall go and search for the clone in Azazlan. If he is still there, then we are dealing with a different individual. Splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands. Meanwhile, Arya and I shall retrace Vandro's steps when he first appeared. Upon being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Let us begin by making inquiries there. Right here. Handy. Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I was involved myself, so I can't tell you much about the fellow. But in cases of interest, earlier the same day I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. It soon appeared into the brewing snowstorm, looking not so steady. We just see over and up. I was talking about an airship flying low. I said go down here, not get stuck on the frame. Oh no, if it isn't the late Lord Horshathon's dear friend, is there something you require? Ah yes, the mystery man. I was among those who tended him. He was not attired for the snow, much less the snowstorm in which he had been caught, and was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel they are warm in this robe. That might explain his state of undress. I learned about the state of he was found. Table! What do you have to say for yourself? I'll go myself up in the Ragnarok, and every faith that you would return. Here you are, more dependable comrade than man could not hope for. Mandoline's spell of absence afforded me times to return to my right. I must admit it was rather a delay. Okay, just a reference to beating Endwalker, I guess. Ah, 'tis ever an honor to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this day? An injured man who was found in the wilds? Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced into him north of here at Providence Point. He was unconscious in a bad way, so we hurriedly bore him back to the camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him on to the city. Found where he was found. Or, found information on where he was found. We didn't find where he was found. We got the information. Ah, there you are. Were you able to learn aught of interest? I hit close instead of putting the items in. Wow. Mysterious man found collapsing after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I heard are consistent with yours. I, for one, am curious about the fate of this unknown airship. To that end, I have arranged a pair of black chocobos for us, the more efficient to scour the area. So, continue our search to Providence Point, where Vandro is said to have been found. If you are ready, let us be off. Away we go! Off on an adventure! Do do do! Get back to playing Steins Gate. It's been so hot! I've been playing it. I've been playing it before that. It's just been so hot lately. Ah, summer is terrible when you don't have proper air conditioning. And you live in a place where it gets KO by that attack. This is a very quiet flight, so I'm trying to fill it in. Yeah. Nothing so far. Let's continue northeast. I'd say I haven't seen a hunt, but there's approximately 57 spawn points for hunts in this zone, so there's a very high chance of not seeing a hunt in this zone. Yeah, it's great fun. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Ah, the fury. It's the blasphemy. His Eminence must protect His Eminence. Ah, you're finally awake. Alone be praised. How are you feeling? Struggling to speak? Can you tell me your name? My name is Zephyrin? No. Driver, or was it Thalgween? Holocran? Many names swirling my mind, and voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? Are you alright? Evandro. My name is Evandro. Well now, that's the same as our infirmary. I dare say Faye has guided you to us. So Evandro, are you feeling up to a little conversation? If you're feeling up to a little conversation, can you tell me about yourself? Anything else you remember, or anything at all? Proud son of House Zabel. No, devout servant of Philip, who lives for Russia battle, pleasure inflicting pain, the attentions of maidens, to fight beside my brother in arms. A low-born brunt, whose every effort was unrewarded. His very name disqualified him from ever leading temple knights. His eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side. From that day forth, I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in defense of his. I am a knight of the Heavensward, sworn to protect and serve the Archbishop. Oh, you're a knight? Forgive me if that's not rude, but I had no idea. And while I realize your memories may be a bit muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heavensward has not been seen in quite some time and are presumed dead, and the Archbishop, well, he is most certainly no longer of this world. But the important thing is you're safe now and we'll help you get back on your feet. Speaking of which, let me bring you some food and water. You must be absolutely famished. Archbishop dead? No, this cannot be. How can I still be alive when he is not? I must find him. Arya. Hi. For the glory of Lord Thornton. Another vision, I take it? Let's make for Ishgard. I expect that Lord Archborough will return soon if he has not already, and we should both be glad to hear your tale. Table. Arya, I pray your search was more productive than mine own. Everyone's here excellent. So, were you able to find our clone Nazislaw? Nay, not but the discarded Ascalon remain. How fare you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands? In the course of retracing Vendro's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Soleil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned as the slaw and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by patrolling from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem, and the Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before Arya had a vision of Vendro's past. Go on, my friend, share with us what you witnessed. All the pieces fit, and as he surmised, my lord. Vendro and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when asked his name is as if he weren't sure of his own identity. Referring to the Scions, Primals retain the memories of their previous incarnations. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Thordan and his Knights 12. Though he struggled to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vendro. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Arya, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share in the desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vendro's very being, when he learned that he no longer had a purpose. Heavensward took up arms against Ash and Ishgard. By their hand were we robbed of one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. The self-same fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership, nor should they. But absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost and are all too vulnerable to the despair. The church can still be a source of comfort, but things need to change. I thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well. Indeed, when the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Archboyle, at the next house session, I shall call for an ecumenical council to be held. Big words. My lord, such a gathering is so far. Oh, you intend for the church to codify a new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. The church has remained a part of the Ishgardian society and continue serving the people. It must reconsider its role and formally address recent revelations. I'll call for this council not as the Lord Speaker, as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. I now have it, thanks to you. I shall attend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergy who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meantime. Almighty Fury, guide us to victory. Arya, owing to Lord Amaric's swift action, I am pleased to say that an ecumenical council will soon be held. In case you are unaware, the council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it save that which they have read in historical records. Traditionally, the Archbishop and members of the Synod would meet behind closed doors. In life, Bishop of Artino's fate. However, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Indeed, for the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and the teachings of the Church. It is my hope that you will join us in this endeavor. Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I merely heed my conscience and my faith, my lord. Acting Bishop of Artino's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the Church may serve the people once more. Where is the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped outside for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the council. The hour draws nigh, however. Arya, I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Emmerich? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I have been thinking, Arya, on the path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I envisioned is far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for a people to live in harmony, for a nation to move forward as one? Such questions I have been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? Ready? Then let us be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look upon Fort Taunt Manor. Emmerich is now accompanying you. Can't get away with at least one of these, right? Feels like in their age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Fortaunt. In actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragon Song War, ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation, and for that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue on to the architects? King Thordan and his Knights 12, the murderers of Radatoskr. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Yet though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we, as a nation, must decide how we will confront our past. Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let's join Deacon Clem at the vault. There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let's take our place in the audience hall. Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end, I call this ecumenical council the first in generations, that we might together determine the path forward for the Church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, the Ishgardian Orthodox Church has served the people in two respects: as the furious spear to strike at the heart of Dragonkind, as the furious shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church need no longer serve as a spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and investigations conducted, trials held, and if evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to the doctrine of lies. Our predecessors did before us. We of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? This bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at a crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace Bishop Vartano, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul, and in his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. In our minds we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built, but in our hearts we yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggle to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thornton weighs heavy, and there is the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with purest intent. And so, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Our friend Arya risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us, the truth that our legends and scriptures were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true, the devotion to Halone, whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled these lands. The church is a font of practical wisdom. Its teachings guide us in our daily lives. But such things define our faith no less than the lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Aye, and without rejecting who we are. Comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. With your peerless knowledge of our church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes, and I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Halone's work for once more. A day so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's words, but it seems the people had with them all along. Table. Council went better than I dared hope. Truly, while the details remain to be decided, it was a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Arya. In the face of great hardship, never did she hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten. Indeed. Well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. In making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. In you, we glimpsed the fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the church, for the future of all Ishgardian. There will, of course, still be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair, but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith if not salvation? Well, I best return to the cathedral. We have much more to do. Ah, but ere I forget, I've tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. I attest the deacon with finding a certain item you see a secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. With the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning is greatly diminished. We may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. This time we free Van Dro from his torment. Rest while you can, Arya, for I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. Ever March Heavensward. Glad tidings, Arya. Since the ecumenical council, I keep wanting to say economical council, not a single soul has turned. Faith in that knowledge, we need only think of how to hunt down the blasphemy. Arya, you are here too. Excellent. I am pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with profane Fafnir. As you will recall, when last we encountered it, was flying away by the Soleil. An instinct driven by its inherited memories, I believe. It seeks to protect that which it most strongly associates with the Archbishop. In all likelihood, it was the self-same motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. In the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When next it descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using a secret weapon to lure it to the chancel. What exactly is the secret weapon? It's none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crozier of the Archbishop. Suspecting the Bishop of Octanel had retrieved it from Azislaw, I had Deacon Clam search his private quarters. My suspicions proved correct. With the crozier in hand, I shall make an irresistible bait for profane Fafnir. My lord, at an unconscionable risk, there is no telling how the blasphemy will react. Indeed, we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. The Heavensward are the Archbishop's shields, and the Temple Knights are the people's. As the leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear. All the Knights of the Heavensward fell in Azislaw. As a vessel for their memories, Avendro must be considered the last of their number. Let's go then, and relieve him of his pay. There, beauty. Let's see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all. If you're ready, then let's set forth. You need but say the word. Oh, instant. Magically time changing. Apparently. The beast has come. Now is our chance. Make ready. To me, my knights. For the glory of King Thornton. No, you are not he. A trick. It is a trick. Forgive me, Sir Avendro, but for the sake of all the Ishgardians, we must strike you down. Alright, let's do this. Eminence must protect his eminence. So, let's talk red base changes! One of the big ones is... Manification no longer actually gives you mana, it gives you 3 stacks of manification. And By the period, this is her share of its magic. Take have care.
You underestimate me.
Good thing this is like meant for a mage, yeah? Name of Ishgard, we will free you from your torment. That's really the big red mage change. Also, resolution! The main level 90 skill here. Also, you know, Jump 3 is a thing that exists. Your reckoning is come. I'll be honest, I have not... Oh, for me, I was already in the right tower. Played Red Mage like at all.
Do not underestimate me!
So I mainly know what I kind of read. But I play another job that got the whole don't overcap on your gauge skill anymore buff, so. Dashy! Ah! That was rude! That was my head, sir. Hurry up this way!
We must stand our ground!
Yeah, I'm trying to combo here. Alright, we're doing this again. Also, I think she's gonna die faster because, you know, we are...
You underestimate me!
DPS this time! But also Dawn Trail changes, I guess, for Red Mage. It's not a lot, but it's something. Oh, the other change! The range combo! Which I just told myself that I already did it. The range combo is now... 50 instead of 50. They finally fixed that. Wow, NPCs using an AoE? What is this madness? And again, if I remember right there, Heavensward ones actually use AoE, so they're just using that thing. They just pulled that same thing. Down to our last few followers here. But yeah, so let's just do the range combo, even though it's not ideal. It's 50, y'all! It's 50! Oh, tank limit break thing. What? Okay, let's actually leave behind the 2 arms this time, I guess? I think that's what happened last time, but it's a little odd. I don't know, man. Oh, what happened? Anyways, point is, range combo is now 50, or the AoE combo is now 50 instead of. My weakness! Hate these. Oh, this one actually gives time. I'm used to it not giving time. I won't say anything further because it's Dawn Trail stuff, but... Ugh. Let's just keep on doing, keep on trucking. I don't know if there's much else really new in this fight, though. I've run out of things to say about Red Mage. I'm not getting procs. I want procs. It's usually how it goes.
This knight does not yield!
Another lightning storm. Ow. Enrage. knows my MP. It's fine. We're almost through the fight. Yeah, I guess I need to stand behind the 2 arms from Arturo for the being off in La La Land. I guess that. Finally, it is over. Thus ends the tale of the Heavensward. Let it not be forgotten. It was wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding, to abet the Archbishop in his machinations. Yet in peering into their hearts, one thing became clear. They too had succumbed to primal manipulation. They too were victims. Flawed men, aye, and not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true, as we all aspire to be. Having triumphed in the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering are mine to bear. Bear them I shall. For had you not vanquished King Thornton, or had I erred in but one of my choices, I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn a blasphemy. Nah, a ridiculous notion. I more like to become a beast than you. Thank you, my friend, for having such confidence in me. My apologies, 'twas not mine intent to wax sentimental. Our work here is done. Let's return to the congregation. For one last time, or not, no, one last time this video. Table! Arya, permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remains great rifts to be abridged. It is no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. I shan't give up. On the honor of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people can see eye to eye, regardless of birth and station. Now then, I believe the deacon has some words for you too. Pray lend him an ear. My Lady Arya, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well. Just before you arrived, Lord Aemeric explained to me the true nature of the man who became the blasphemy. The poor, confused creature was born of the church's mistakes, and on behalf of the clergy, I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we work to reform the institutions and rebuild a relationship with the people, we will remain and pray for all of those who have fallen in service of the faith. To the faith. And we shall pray for you as well, wheresoever your path may lead, and may the Fury ever watch over and keep you. I shall leave it at that then. Lord Aemeric too wishes to speak, and it would not do to keep him waiting. Arya, Lord Arturo, I thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of profane Fafnir. As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring. With no further reported instances of people turning in the blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge of despair. My brethren and I shall labor to see that it ever remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in men's hearts. And I shall fight with you, not only as a speaker of the House of Lords or the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, but is a man of faith in our God and in our people. Together, let us strive to fill our nation with hope. Arya, by now you will be sick unto death of being thanked, but I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full aloft have you saved our nation, our people. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well. You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom and dictate a new course forward into a brighter future. What forward means, we may not always agree upon, but as fellow Ishgardians, we shall find a way to rise above our differences and stand united. As a nation that I will strive to build, this I swear to you. Arya, given all the have done for us, I am loath to impose further, but may I trouble you to bear word of our success to our office in Razadham? We will, of course, be sending a report, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. Our allies would benefit from the additional details you can provide as well. Our thanks again, my friend, and may the Fury speed your way. They could not deny me table. There was a table right here. Ah! I guess that's a terrible camera angle. Ah, my lady Arya, by your return, I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success. That you would vanquish the beast comes as little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as impetus for the church to embark upon a path of reform is incredible. I will share these joyous tidings with our allies without delay. If I may speak candidly, I must confess to being a great admirer of yours. When you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures if you would do me the honor. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. We now die the jobs of gear for our level 90 mages! Hooray! Let's get onto a proper table. Well, that does wrap up Mage. I still need to level Ranged and Healer. Details. Thank you for watching. Oh, 3 down. Woo! If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, and or subscribe, perhaps. Click the little bell. Also be sure to check out some links in the description, social media, Discord, yada yada. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, this is ReneMT signing out. Bye!